It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Steve.
There's more wires on this meat than I had when I was in for my heart boo-boo. Okay, and he's checking it on his phone, which is just
so
absurd.
is he getting notifications like, hey, you just went from medium rare to rare?
Yeah, your meat's too hot.
Yeah, on second thought, Smoker Guy is an idiot. All of them. No offense.
Of course. I didn't hear any offense.
Kyle.
We're all of our... Just going to me here.
Yeah, just us.
All of those early episodes not funny?
I mean,
I don't want to blow our own minds. Are our current episodes funny?
define current.
Anyway, here's the start of Black Betty.
Live on tape from APS 3 point whatever, it's the Steve and Kyle podcast.
It's good to be back.
Well, we never missed a beat.
That's true. According to those of you listening, we did not miss an episode, but we have not recorded together in roughly 2 weeks.
I could have used 3.
I woke up this morning and was really disappointed when first thing I do every morning is look at my, pull up the calendar on my phone, and I hope for no dots, because a dot means
Something.
Mm-hmm. I see a dot. What the hell? It says podcast. And I said, ugh.
Is that something that I should take offense to or not?
No offense.
Oh, well, the choice has been removed from my hands at this point, I suppose.
Nice try, though.
It's not you. It's this.
Yeah. I mean, ignoring the fact that half of this is you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's this.
You know, if you do the fractions and everything, it ends up only being like 20% me. The rest is this.
Right.
I do think it would be different because you get up, kid, you're doing breakfast, you're doing whatever. You're kind of in your day, or you're into what you're doing.
The day is kicked off.
Kid doesn't know that you're going to go make the ha-has for an hour and a half.
No, not a care in the
there
world.
It's, hey, Daddy, do this with me. Like this morning, I was getting hounded to build the Hot Wheels track. And I had to tell him that I had to go to Mr. Steve's. And he said, why that guy? It's a total side.
Should I take offense to that?
No. He'd say that about anybody. No offense.
Snuck it in there.
It would be different. Maybe you and I should adjust this a little bit. Maybe you and I should start setting our alarms, getting up at like 6:45.
I would love that.
And let's start knocking this thing out by 7:30.
I was going to say, if we could knock this out by 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning, that would be my dream.
Counterpoint.
It would be amazing.
We wait until everybody's done. And knowing this house, Annette is racing the kids to bed, and you're not far behind in terms of eyes shut. But what if we start recording Saturday nights?
A Twilight broadcast.
At like 10:30.
10:30 is a little rough.
Okay.
If you can push it back to 9:30, I could.
So we
I think
could
I could make it
9:30.
happen.
Well, I think a 9:30 to 11 would be a fun live stream for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Because people are, if you're going out for dinner on Friday night or Saturday night, they're home, so they can join us.
Yeah.
Might be a little looser with a few drinks in them by then.
Right.
Willing to laugh at our idiocy a little bit easier. I think that's the perfect time to either record or do a live stream. It's about 9:30 to 11.
I like the idea of that, in theory.
In theory. It's just the idea of...
actually doing it?
Yeah. Then you don't really want to when it's right in front of you, right?
Yeah. It is Saturday, June 18th, 2022, the year of our Lord, the Steve and Kyle podcast. As we said, back in the studio together for the first time in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And feels good to be back, even though I just talked about how much I did not want to do this today. We got a stack of mail here. We got a package, 4 letters? And I think that one on the top, that is the most exciting one. I think
Don't spoil it because
I don't want to.
Then the person might feel bad if you think it's something and it's something totally different.
Look, there are some clues on it.
Yep.
It's addressed obviously to the Steve and Kyle podcast. There are multiple stamps on it, which already makes me think, okay, if there's multiple stamps, obviously, like it's a hefty envelope. It looks like a greeting card size envelope, but it's much thicker, much heavier, which makes me think invitation of some kind. One of the stamps, I believe, says like "Let's party" on it.
Yeah,
this was sent. We've had it here. It's been sitting on this table unopened for 2 weeks.
Yeah, postmarked on the 31st of May.
Yeah, I felt bad about that. I wanted to message the person that sent it, and I just completely forgot to do it. But multiple weeks ago, probably 3-4 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, we talked about how...
You think we missed our chance already then?
I don't know.
Because it's been 3 weeks?
I don't know. We talked about how we wanted to get invited to a wedding or some kind of big celebration.
A little bit more specific, though. Didn't we want to, maybe not MC, but we wanted some time at a wedding, if I remember,
we
right?
wanted an active role in
That's
a wedding.
right. Yeah, you and I want to be able to organize or do something during the reception to where we can kind of run the show. Make the DJ sit in his chair.
Back off, buddy.
Yeah, go pick your crappy songs and get ready to rip them out later. Steve and Kyle are here
have
to
the
bring
chicken dance ready on cue.
Yeah, Steve, we'll bring you to the chicken dance, but let us get you to that promised land first. But yeah, I mean, the wide variety of stamps. Yeah, my good. You got your standard. You've got a bunch of American flag hats.
Yep.
But then what I thought was very, very odd, Scar from the Lion King.
You don't see villain stamps a lot.
No, is that a thing? Can I go out there? Can I go right now down to the local USPS? I need a book of stamps, and they say any particular request. And I say yes. I'd like your newest Joseph Stalin collection.
Yeah, you got any Hitler stamps back there?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because you go from Scar to some of the biggest war and human rights criminals in history. Yeah. Maybe
give me the Kim Jong-un stamp.
Yes. Do you have any of those? Hey, you remember that dickhead from Toy Story, the one who mutilated all the toys? Is he on a stamp?
I don't know if I can wait to open this. Can we just get right to it?
Yeah, listen, we've got a lot to get to today. Obviously, big news to get to.
Huge news.
Let's hit that music first, though, and let's rip open all this mail.
Hey, folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
Bring it home. Yeah. Third one.
Okay, we're going to open that one last. It's called Delayed Gratification, Steve. You should try it, Mr. Two Kids.
It's called teasing the A-bit just a little bit long. What are you doing?
I'm not getting any better with the envelopes.
No, and the microphone, too. You hit that microphone
I
arm.
know. Well, listen, maybe, you know what? We were just talking about maybe another, if you can believe it, another change to this studio.
I'm getting the... Yeah, that was kind of my way of being...
It's right here.
It was my way of being subtle about telling you that I'm going to move your microphone.
I'm a mover.
Because I'm tired of the constant hitting of the microphone arm.
The problem is I need it from up top. I want it to drop down like whatever his name was from the 60s who would introduce boxing matches, right? Where I'm assuming...
the guy with the mustache.
Yeah, or I'm assuming the technology in that age was literally someone in the rafters feeding down the rope or the cord. I want that from this ceiling, and I think we can do it because those are drop tiles. You know, we just have to run a bunch of power through there. No big deal. Yeah, Let me know when it's done. I'll come back.
Okay.
First piece of mail, Steve.
Oh boy.
Steve, you got it ready?
On. Is it what I think it is?
Steve.
Could it possibly be?
Oh, babe.
Could it possibly be? Is it payday?
Money Day at the Steve and Kyle podcast. First one up today is our friend Trevor.
Oh, boy.
From Dixon/Burns, definitely not Nashville.
7 cents last time?
It was 50-some cents last time, where I believe he sent a follow-up saying he fat-fingered it when he was entering it.
It was supposed to be, 42 cents?
I don't know how we have so many issues, because our friend Zeke claims he threw a coin in that, which is honestly, the fact that we didn't get it is less insulting than if we had opened the envelope with payment and there was a coin in it.
I kind of like the fact that he said here's a little something for you guys.
That's
There
right.
was nothing in there.
Nothing.
All right, so
From our friend Trevor and Dixon.
I'm assuming that Trevor made good.
Trevor rectified the situation, Steve.
Yeah.
Add it to the coffers.
Yeah.
Get the money sounder ready.
Mm-hmm.
We are $9.99 richer.
Whew.
Beautiful. You want to add that to the collection for us?
It's a beautiful thing right there.
And just when you thought it was done, you know what else it is? Money.
Oh, it's Money
Day.
Day again.
From our friends at the Bill Payment Processing Center in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Oh, I know that. That's our friend Billy Stacks.
That is our friend coming through in the clutch. Our dear friend Billy Stacks Jr., who is keeping this podcast afloat with his monthly donations. And sure enough, right on schedule. I believe this is a little bit different. Another $6 from our friend Billy Stacks Jr.
He bumped it up last time. Remember, in the memo
that's right.
line there was something about like
inflation-adjusted podcast payment. Thank you very much for understanding that.
Yeah,
Billy. We didn't want to have to send that message. That would have been embarrassing for everybody involved.
This thing's not getting any cheaper.
I want to add that to the catalog there.
Okay.
Now, which do you want to do first? Do you want to do this box, which I have? I have a gut feeling I'm not going to care about.
I'm interested in this.
Okay, we are gonna. It's a rectangular brown box.
Mm-hmm.
Not doesn't look to be an Amazon. It's sent directly from our friend Matthew Craik, who I believe sent a message letting us know that it was on the way.
I remember seeing this a couple weeks ago. Hopefully, it's nothing that would go bad. It's been sitting here a while.
It's been sitting here a while. There's a letter on top, which I always prefer, better than the those who send us something with no notice.
Yeah.
Let's see here, Steve. Hello, Steve and Kyle Codpass. By the way, let's have one quick talk about the handwriting. Delightful.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Delightful.
Beautiful.
Matthew, pass this on to any generation that will have your lessons because this is a delight.
It is the Steve and Pyle Codpass.
That's right.
So.
Timmy would be very upset if
we'll
he
look
had
past
seen
it.
this. Yeah. First, for the sticker wall, we have a Howie's hockey tape sticker.
Oh, nice.
Which I believe is the foremost authority on hockey tape around the country.
That is
it's a name. Like, that's a big name, right?
Right. And that's local to us, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Stupid question.
Mm-hmm.
Do they only sell hockey tape? Is it a store that you walk into?
No, this is a fair question that I don't have an answer to. Do they have a storefront where you walk in and it's walls of the same stuff?
Well, we got our black tape over here.
Yeah.
Oh, you want the white tape? It's over there.
Yeah, have they jazzed it up? Are there some with sparkles? Are there some with, Scar, because apparently Disney villains are the way to do it?
Oh, wow, I like this. There's multiple stickers here, too.
So we will add those. Well, we'll add one of them. We're not going to inundate the sticker wall. We'll pick our finest.
These will be good, though. These are good, filling in. We got a couple of gaps on the board, so we can drop these, the smaller ones in there. We got a big gap, so we can put the bigger sticker there.
Well,
I love it.
Don't get started too soon, because also...
Okay.
Susquehanna River North Branch, representing our section of this 444-mile-long waterway running from Otsego Lake, New York, to the all the way to the Chesapeake Bay, Steve. That is a delightful, very large beautiful sticker.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is the River Valley Susquehanna bike sticker. Oh, that's for the Jeep.
Oh, beautiful.
That is for the Jeep. It'll make you look cool all around the Zach.
I'm just going to drive in circles. Hey, check out my new sticker.
This is much more appropriate for the...
Oh, this is nice.
For the wall.
I like,
that's a beautiful sticker, too.
The colors of that, they're soothing.
That's very nice. That's a nice piece of art.
Yeah.
My compliments to the chef.
I like the feel of that, too. It's like a matte finish, but it kind of has a different feel to it. Very nice. Pennsylvania Water Trails, Susquehanna River North.
And finally,
we got more.
A selection of fancy boy tees that Kyle will hate.
Well. Oh, it's called the Well Now Tea Company.
Almost a guarantee I'll hate it.
Set of 9 teas.
Now, did we want to do what we did with our friend Zeke and immediately search how much he spent?
Let's see. Oh, there was a price tag on it.
Took it off. Smart man. Been enjoying your mediocre podcast since 2018. Amazing, but I digress. All the best, Matt Craig from Plains, Pennsylvania, near Wilkes-Barre. See, Trevor, take some notes. That's how you don't tell people you're from Nashville. No. You know, just like Matt's not saying I'm from Philly.
Yeah.
Because he's
stolen
in Plains,
valor,
PA.
Trevor.
Yeah, honestly.
Trevor is
people,
stealing. Trevor's basically claiming to be a veteran.
Yeah, all those people who were in the Nashville War of 1916. Trevor is now trying to stake claim to that.
I got to list off. You let me know which one you want, and I'm going to run upstairs.
No. That's a perfect kickoff to next week, Steve. We will do that.
Is it hibiscus or hibiscus?
Boy, they all sound terrible.
Hibiscus green tea. Mm-hmm. Moroccan mint green tea.
Awful.
Earl Grey black tea.
Horrific.
A staple. Lemongrass green tea.
Tragedy.
Strawberry green tea. Mm. Blueberry green tea. Mm-hmm. Orange spice black tea. Green tea. And ginger peach green tea. Whew. That is a reason to tune in next week.
Boy, I can't wait. And I will now spend the next 7 days hoping you forget. So I don't have to walk into a mug of dirty leaves and have to choke it down 2 tastes while you slowly enjoy your uncaffeinated garbage water.
Now, if you'd excuse me, part of the tradition of the sticker wall.
That's right.
Is that while you are still here doing the podcast,
I just put those up. You walk away.
I walk away.
Our friend, our thank you to Matt Craig. Did you want to grab one of the Howie's ones as well?
Yeah,
while you're
definitely.
Doing that?
Definitely. Thank you very much, Matt.
That is a delightful gift. And if you are...
Wait, so he's from Pennsylvania, so this must not
It must be a national brand. I don't know where they're based out of, but I feel like you were right.
I thought they were based out of here because at the...
Yeah, no, it's right here.
I was going to say, because
a couple miles away.
At the airport here, the Gerald R. Ford International Airport, they have one of those shops that I think most airports have, where it's like, hey, this is all the local stuff. And there's stuff in there from Founders Brewing Company, which is based here. A couple of other, Merrill, the shoe company, and they have like Hush Puppies and all of that. And there's Howie's hockey tape in there. So that was my only reference for assuming that they were local. But good for them for spreading the gospel of hockey tape nationwide.
You know, I don't want to throw any accusations out, but I am looking on Howie's Hockey Tape's website, and on their main page is an advertisement calling this Free Sticker Week. Don't know if maybe, this appears to be, Steve, that it was part of Free Sticker Week. It's the thought that counts.
That's insulting.
If you are interested in adding to the sticker wall, where now we have pop culture references, we have local references all the way from Benson, North Carolina, Saddleback, Wrangley. That's Wrangley, right? Wrangley in, where was that, Steve? Saddleback?
New Hampshire?
Right there?
Vermont,
Does it say? Saddleback, Maine, I believe.
Maine.
Saddleback in Wrangley, Maine. We've got the Jersey Devil in the Wharton State Forest. Kenny Rogers Roasters. You are welcome to add to these. We would love your sticker edition, whether it's personal to you, related to this podcast, or personal to where you live or where you're listening. Please find the address for this, where you can send that stuff in the description of this podcast, or you can send us a message if you're too lazy on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram at Steve and Kyle, or just Steve directly at no PH in Steven. I think you would appreciate that if you just want to reach out to him directly.
Nice thing about these Howie stickers, there's like 4 different designs. So I put a bunch of them up, but it looks like a bunch of different stickers.
Yeah,
I like
and now that we know they're free, we can throw it away. I can't wait. That is 90 tea bags. Now, how long will 90 tea bags last you? Do you have a cup a day, 2 cups a day, a cup every 3 days?
A cup a day.
So you're 7 days. You're a 7 day a week teer.
Yeah, safe to say.
Boy, some would call it compulsive. Our last piece of mail, Steve.
Oh, so this one is actually like a window cling.
Now this. Oh, okay. So like inverted.
Yeah.
Got
so
it.
you put it on the inside of the
From our dear friend Betsy McCormick in Albany, New York.
That must be the one and only Betsy Boo.
With a ton of postage on it, by the way.
Oh, boy.
We talked about Scar, the Count from Sesame Street,
I mean,
some flowers.
A wedding would be kind of the holy grail, but I'll take like a bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Let's lift up the chair.
Quinceañera?
Yeah. I've never been to a quinceañera.
Neither. Let us take a look here.
Oh boy, I see a return envelope.
This is a bag. It appears to be. Is this maybe some more stickers? That looks to be a coaster of an elephant with a monkey on its back.
Oh, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, beautiful. Some of our very own, the first stickers that we had brought with us that we smattered around Boston, where he kind of smacked into a pier and died. But also, oh yeah, these are, here's the second to go with that coaster, Steve, as well as some stickers of our own logos. The Piano Pals, you and I.
Piano Pals.
In the, that is from Peanuts, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's you and I in the
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
Exactly. It's Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown and doing the dancing on the piano. We have James Brown's legs with the wanted poster. And then what I think is the most underrated design in our entire catalog, Ray Connection, where again, Steve, you and I were going to host a program reuniting people who had a falling out, but only with people named Ray.
So, need to reconnect with the missing Ray in your life. Talk to one of our relationship experts and make your Ray connection today.
Just beautiful.
Results not guaranteed, hosted by the Steve and Kyle podcast.
Results not guaranteed. I appreciate that there's essentially a warning label. And lastly, Steve, a hooray for the underdog, supporting animal and dog
very nice.
rescues.
That is a beautiful dog.
We've got, I'm sorry, I should have read the note for Steve and Kyle. Please accept my submissions for the sticker wall, including 2 vintage ones from the beginning of the adventure. Mm-hmm. Also a little something for Reed and Evelyn. It's the coasters.
The coasters. That's right, because we discussed that when I travel for work, it's now my mission to bring back the lamest gifts.
The dumbest stuff for your daughter. You know what? I'm willing, because I'm feeling generous. I'm willing to donate Reed's coaster to Evelyn so she can get a pair.
That's very nice of you. Well, I do have 2 kids now, so.
I can only hope it rises to the precedent Steve has already set. Kyle, glad the boo-boo is all good. Be well, Betsy Boo.
Oh, Betsy Boo. Thank you. I mean, it is not it's not the wedding invitation we were hoping for, but
yeah, you and I have big plans.
It's pretty good.
We were just talking about our plans before we started recording. For people who think that all we do is talk about plans and never do anything, you're mostly correct.
No.
But in this regard,
wheels are in motion.
We still definitely 100% want to go and be an active part of somebody's wedding. Whether it's a listener, that'd be preferable, or maybe
that would be ideal.
Yeah, maybe you are a listener and you also know a friend who's going to the same wedding, and you each have a +1.
Hey, there we go.
Steve and Kyle would love to be your +1s. We will go, and again, the only demands we have, we would like to be an active part. Maybe some mic time before the first dance. Maybe we can introduce properly the chicken dance so that idiot DJ doesn't ruin everything. We are still looking for a wedding or, like you mentioned, maybe a bar mitzvah.
That would be nice.
Maybe a quinceañera invite.
Never been to them before. I want to go.
We would absolutely love to be a part of your parties, wherever it may be. We'll figure that out. But also we were talking about, we had not forgotten the plans, and we are actually in discussion phases, Steve and myself, with preparations for our participation in the 2022 local holiday parade. I don't believe submissions are open. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and just in case people thought it's definitely going to get lost in the fervor of Steve having another baby, and they'll definitely never talk about it again.
Nope, this is the most important thing in my life right now.
This is our greatest idea and possibly our grandest achievement if we can pull this off. We have traveled to Boston. There was a pilgrimage to the Cheers bar. People joined us. They drove from all parts of the country. That was fun. We drove to Van Wert. We all posed beneath a billboard of our big dumb faces, designed beautifully by our friend Philip.
Well, we are Van Wert's #1 hometown podcast.
That we are. That was also an absolute delight, a joy. I loved it, but I think overall these would both pale in comparison to Steve's 1988 Jeep Comanche
Pioneer
MJ.
Yep.
Hey, MJ rolling down the main boulevard here in small town USA with a a holiday tree slapped on top of it. Our friend Seasonal Sammy out and about mingling. Our other friend Chris Seinel and Ryan Young trying to coerce this dumb truck down the road without it collapsing into pieces.
Yeah, we got to talk to him because I know that the Town Drunk Rusty
is in.
Messaged us immediately,
yes,
saying he was on board.
And he is going to be, again, parents hide your children's ears, he is going to be our Seasonal Sammy, which, as everybody knows who listened to the podcast from 2.5 years ago, the alter ego, or the main ego of Solstice Man. That would be, like, his main ego would be...
Persona. His main persona.
Main persona would be Seasonal Sammy. The alter ego would be Solstice Man. We don't want to terrify the kids. We're just going to have him go as Seasonal Sammy.
Right.
So that'll be happening presumably this fall. When I looked a little bit ago, Steve, still nothing about how to apply to get in, but the fees to get in, pretty minimal.
Yeah.
Happy to pay it for this.
I think
so you and I can live record a podcast in the bed of the Jeep Comanche as we roll down the boulevard with our friends throwing candy to the wanting audience, and we make fun of people in our quiet truck bed, and they'll never know.
Maybe we blast through the speakers, because every parade has, like, the local radio station that does kind of the like play-by-play of the parade. So maybe we find out what station is doing that, and we crank it up, so people think that we're the ones that are.
We're doing that. Yeah,
and look at that
coming up.
Here comes the ladies' auxiliary.
Yeah, and right behind them, a lovely design today by Bill and John's Fertilization. Call them for all your lawn fertilization needs.
By the way, the sticker wall, the direction I face looks right at it, and it filled in so well there.
That bottom row beautifully
with the puppy sticker, James Brown's legs, Ray connections, your quote threatening to leave, Howie's hockey tape, my quote about the surfer, and then the piano pals.
This is coming together beautifully. Again, we always welcome your additions to the sticker wall. Evelyn going to be just over the moon about the 2 new coasters.
Oh, she is going to love her coasters.
To her coaster collection.
My kid would have a coaster collection, too. She does have a pine cone collection.
Oh, good. Boy, she's going to be a real cool kid in school. Going to her first year, whenever that is, and telling all her friends how her daddy brings home coasters. And how she goes out in the backyard and collects pine cones. Maybe she can talk about what her favorite sand is to eat.
She does. She has favorite yield signs in the neighborhood. And if we pass by it, she says, "That's my favorite yield sign that I've ever seen in my entire life."
They're all different.
That is a direct quote.
Yeah.
For my 2.5-year-old.
They are all different. That's how they're advertised. One yield sign, it's almost like a snowflake. One will just never be like the other one.
Yep.
You know, we've put it off long enough. We promised this audience some news. So, Steve, I need to know from you today, because we were honored with the exclusive naming rights to your son.
Yeah.
Are you ready to unveil your son's for the first time?
For the first time ever.
The very first time in public. We had me and the listeners, we didn't tell you about it. We got a pool going on about what you're going to name this idiot. No offense.
Hurts a little bit more now that he's actually a real child.
I mean, yeah, but listen, at this age, he's just a blob of gargling dumb.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like both ends, too.
Yeah.
Just coming out of everywhere.
Yep. He eats and then barfs it right up.
Yeah,
like,
nothing meaningful.
You're missing the point of eating, kids.
Yes. Listen, we said it before, no truer time than right now, Steve. Kids, and maybe especially your kid at his age, dumber than hell.
Not untrue.
No offense.
No.
So, Steve, without further ado, the name of your second-born, maybe your last-born. It's time to announce it.
Okay. I mean, we'll get to that. But I think it's time to do
the big news.
My latest Marvel movie review.
It's the big news of the week, of the month. Steve.
Oh, boy.
Your review.
I don't even remember. I watched this movie 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you watched it way too early.
Way too early. Now I gotta find my note.
Oh, God.
Okay. Ant-Man and the Wasp. 2018's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
It is following up Avengers Infinity War. Steve,
Yeah.
your official review of 2018's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Is the Wasp still alive in the quantum realm? Scott's been on house arrest for 2 years. He had a dream that he was in the quantum realm and he ran into Hank's wife. Whoa! Hank has been working on a tunnel into the quantum realm for the last couple of years, and now he wants to send Scott in there to find Janet, but they need one last component.
That's not fair. That was just, you got plenty of time.
Yeah. They need one last component. They try to buy it from the bad guys, and they attempt to screw them over. Hope beats their ass and gets attacked by some ghost stormtrooper thing that steals the lab from Hank. The lab shrinks into a briefcase. That's crazy. They go to see Hank's old pal Bill Foster to see if he can help get the lab back. He helps them track the lab to the ghost's house. Turns out Foster was working with the ghost all along to trap them. Seems like Hank was a real dick back in the day because everyone seems to hate him. They fire up the tunnel and Janet is communicating through Scott. They're locked on her location. Scott rushes home while Hope and Pym get caught by the FBI. The ghost gets the lab back. Hank is going to go subatomic to find Janet. The lab switches hands half a dozen times. He manages to find Janet in the sparkly quantum realm, and then they come back to reality. Janet fixes the ghost. No one...
30 seconds.
Yeah. He manages to find Janet in the sparkly quantum realm, and they come back to reality. Janet fixes the ghost. No one gets caught, and the cops look stupid, and that was 2018's Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah.
Some would call it forgettable.
Wait. Post-credit scene. Oh, damn.
Oh, it was good.
Hank, Janet, and Hope got raptured while Scott was in the quantum realm.
Oh.
Timelines overlapping from Infinity War.
A beautiful way to wrap that up by having him possibly stuck in the quantum realm with nobody to take him out.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool because that was a complete standalone movie until that point, basically. I think some other things were kind of referenced, but yeah, I thought it was cool that they put that little bow on it at the end.
Yeah, I believe I texted you about it as well when I watched it. A bit of a tough spot for Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Because you have to follow up in Avengers Infinity War, which is notably one of the highest regarded Marvel movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And the massive, massive events of Avengers Infinity War are not simple to follow up because you now either have to explain what happened after it.
Sure.
And Marvel doesn't want to do that with an Ant-Man movie.
Yeah.
Or you have to do one before, which in general people are less curious about because now they just want to know what happened after.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of have to overlap timelines, but you can't have anything too serious happen because we all know the serious stuff happened in Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
So you have a villain who's not really a villain. She just doesn't want to die and hurt anymore.
Sure. Yeah. What is her name?
So you feel bad for her, and you
What is her name? Don't remember, do you?
No, God, no.
Okay, I don't feel that bad then.
So you're trying to make people care about this when you really know...
Her name once again?
People really want to know what happened after Infinity War. So you have to make a movie that people will hope is meaningful and will count, when in actuality it can affect the main timeline because we already all know what happened in the main timeline. So a bit of a pickle, if you will, for the makers of Ant-Man and the Wasp. But that, and obviously we've been talking about Ava Starr.
Of course.
The villain / anti-hero / redemption story of Ant-Man and the Wasp. She just did not want to die as her cells. Very sciencey. Tried to be sciencey,
very
right?
Sciencey. There were a lot of points in that movie, and I think I texted you about this, where it seemed like they just threw in sciencey tech lingo to try and convince you that, hey, they're doing some real science here.
Yeah.
It was like, transduce the modulators. I'm trying, but the quadrilaterals aren't reproducing quite well. Come on. I don't really believe you.
Similar Ant-Man style, mixed with the Paul Rudd humor.
Love me some Paul Rudd. I love Ant-Man. I love the character of Ant-Man.
His team of security employees also, bringing the lightheartedness to the...
Is it Louis or Luis?
Yeah. And then I forget what the other names were, but where T.I. plays one of his coworkers as well. A fine movie. One that, as you just heard, you'll forget within minutes in the scheme of...
Man, reading that review that I wrote 2 weeks ago, I don't remember most of it.
Yeah.
That's why I struggled to get through it. I was planning on reading that over before we started, and I just didn't.
It's fine for what it is, but everybody's just trying to get to... Literally, the end game, Avengers Endgame, coming up for you in 2 weeks. There's one more interruption for you.
Yeah, what do I have next?
Next week, you will have 2019's Captain Marvel. Led by Brie Larson. That is also a timeline bender in terms it's not going to follow Infinity War.
Okay.
It's a prequel.
Prequel.
It is the origin story. You're going to see 1990s. Brie Larson, Sam Jackson coming up in 2019's Captain Marvel. So you see her character come to fruition.
I was going to say, because Sam Jackson, he raptured at the end of Infinity War.
That's right. And you saw obviously you're referencing the post-credits scene where he was trying to use a pager to signal somebody. Mm-hmm. This will all make a little bit more sense after you watch.
Yeah, I kind of wondered because he does something, and just as he's raptured, the message goes through. Yeah.
Steve, your official review. 2018's Peyton Reed directed, Paul Rudd starring, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
It was pretty fun, but mostly kind of corny. I give it a solid 3/4 of a thumb.
And you all know what that means. Not a full thumb.
Not a full thumb, no.
If you can believe that.
Would you agree with my review?
Yeah.
Would you, is on my highly scientific rating scale, is that what you would have given it?
A little bit more discerning.
Like maybe 7/8 of a thumb?
Yeah, I don't know if I actually don't know if I'd have gone the full 3/4.
Are you going full thumb?
No.
5/8 thumb, maybe.
Yeah. I don't think it's fine.
It was fine. Yeah, I agree. That was when I finished that movie. I thought the exact same thing. I was like, fine. Mm-hmm. The post-credit scene was. I enjoyed that just because it, kind of
lined everything up.
Yeah, exactly. It made timelines overlap, and that's fun when that happens. But yeah, mostly just fine.
I'm not going to say home stretch, but we are at 3, 6, 8 movies that are currently out. But by the time we are to that movie, which was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, we will be caught up to Thor, Love, and Thunder, which will be in theaters at that time.
In July, right?
That comes out in July, in 4 weeks, I believe. We need to have a frank discussion about how we want to handle some of the television programs. I am happy to report that the Town Drunk Rusty and I have come to a consensus agreement on how you need to watch these.
Okay.
We are willing to cut of the currently completed 4 television shows.
Whoa.
Again, 6 to 8 episodes. If there's 6, they're 40-some minutes. Mm-hmm. If there's 8 episodes, they're under 30.
Mm-hmm. So a quick watch.
They're quick. I'm not saying you'd have to watch a whole season in a week as well.
But do they have to be... Like, what's one of the shows? Like, what's one of the series?
So the 2 shows we think you need to watch are going to be WandaVision and Loki.
So if I watch WandaVision, say it's 8 episodes, can I watch episode 1 through 8, or do I have to like watch the first 3, then jump over to another show and watch? Okay.
It's in order. So what is these are all set in direct continuance. So there's you don't need to, mix a movie in here to understand what's going to happen in episode 5.
All right.
So I think WandaVision was the first Marvel show starring Wanda and Vision, which might seem a little weird to you, seeing as you saw what happened to Vision at the end of Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
But we are coming up. So let's see. The total runtime for the entirety of WandaVision Season 1 is 5 hours and 50 minutes. That's including credits. Okay. There's 1 hour and 16 minutes of credits.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Unbelievable.
How do they include that in the runtime?
Yeah. So you are going to be at 4.5 hours for all the episodes in its entirety.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, 21, 28, 24, 26, 32, 28, 28. So they're all pretty standard.
Right.
And they're all accessible. So I think you watch WandaVision, and I think you watch Loki in their proper slots.
Okay.
And then I'm willing to cut you some slack on Falcon Winter Soldier. Although you're a Winter Soldier guy.
I am, yeah.
If you want to watch it for funsies, go ahead. But in terms of impact on the Marvel Universe and what you need to know going forward, from what I've observed, nothing meaningful. Also willing to let you skate out on watching Moon Knight and Hawkeye.
What is Moon Knight?
Moon Knight's a brand new character.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hawkeye. You're going to see some characters from Hawkeye. Fine show. Fun. If you're a Hawkeye guy, that's also available. But in terms of impact,
minimal.
Not necessary for you to know everything going on.
It's weird that they have TV shows that affect outcomes of movies and vice versa.
Well, just characters. They want you to be a part of this interconnected universe.
Yeah.
Follow all the steps of the new heroes interacting with the older heroes. And we're at a point now where we're talking, 12, 14 years ago, Iron Man came out.
Yeah.
So what's interesting and neat is you're now able to see they're introducing younger superheroes that are either gaining powers or found powers, whatever, who observed what happened in Iron Man and the Avengers, and that's kind of why they wanted to become a hero with their powers. So this long-running timeline of Marvel heroes is now able to play off its own history.
And you saying that, you'll cut me some slack, I don't need to watch this, or this isn't that important, I understand what you're saying, but I kind of want to.
Yeah.
Because I want to be a completist.
Sure. And I'm just trying to make this as easy on you, because if you skip WandaVision, watching Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is going to make no sense to you.
So,
and if you skip Loki,
do you have a revised timeline that I have to watch these?
It's a really good question. I would argue that you should watch WandaVision. This will be before Doctor Strange, which Doctor Strange Week is going to be coming up on August 16. So August 9, you'll be watching Spider-Man No Way Home.
So how many more movies in a row do I have to watch before I have to jump into TV
Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home, Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, The Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home. I think we can watch 7.
Mm-hmm.
7 more, and then I think you're going to have to watch WandaVision.
Okay. All right.
You think that's okay?
I think it'll, yeah. How many more movies do I have? 8? 8 or 9?
9.
Wow. In the home stretch.
But again, that's including Thor. So
Yeah.
if this will push Thor: Love and Thunder to right around Labor Day weekend, which, if I am doing the math right, is going to be close-ish to the time that it will appear on Disney Plus, which I believe will appear in September on Disney Plus already. After being released in theaters. So,
well, I mean, I'm this far into it.
You're in it.
I got to keep going.
You're absolutely in
Gotta
it.
keep going.
And
Can you just give me one little hint?
Yeah, about
when does Batman get introduced?
Yeah, that's Phase 5. And right now you're close. You're close. That's all that matters. You're close.
But Mighty Mouse is...
Yeah. No, Mighty Mouse comes when Fievel shows up. And obviously their big villain, Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Right.
So you said
and Acme Industries.
That's right. That's right. They're taking down big business.
It's a very modern take.
Steve, it's been a week and a half, I think. I don't know. I don't keep track. Who cares?
Yeah.
You have now been home with the full family of 4. Full family of 6, counting the dogs. 6.5 if you count the absent cat.
The cat that's been pawned off.
Cat that might be dead. Also doesn't care if you're dead.
Yeah.
As we talked about, waiting for you to eat. So we talked about that, I believe, on the Evergreen episode that you heard last week.
Yeah.
It's time to unveil. And do we have any fancy breaking news music?
Come on, man. You know that we do.
We've got all the production value on this podcast that you could ever dream of. Steve, the official 2022 announcement, the unveiling of your baby boy's name.
Wait, no, I don't like that one. How about this one?
Better. I think. What else do we have on there? Are those the only 2 things we have on there?
Literally the only 2.
We have this. We're actually excited about this tool. We never put a single thing on there. I want to put the Rocky thing on there. If I can change, then you can change, and we can all change.
Everyone.
I don't know why we don't have the viewer mail time intro on there.
Yeah.
We use that a lot. We might as well have the outro music on there. You use that enough.
Yeah, I know.
Literally every time.
I got a lot going on.
We use this.
It's just, there's no time.
I did see a lot going on. I don't know if we'll have time to discuss it here. But again, sorry, we didn't acknowledge the breaking news music there. So, Steve, if you want to hit it just one more time for us. Steve, the name of your second born.
That would be Nicholas Burton McKiernan. Born June 8th, 2022, 8:56 p.m. 9 pounds, 1 ounce.
Wow.
And there's a little discrepancy over his length.
Discrepancy? How is this in debate?
The hospital says 23 inches, which would be enormous.
Yeah.
The pediatrician says 21 3/4.
Okay.
So maybe we'll just split the difference and
Call them 22 and a half?
Yeah,
22 and a third?
22 and 5/8.
That's what you need to tell people. Get super specific. Like 22 and 3/8.
I'm going to go millimeters.
Yeah. Go metric on everybody. Oh, how heavy was he? Oh, 12 kilograms.
4 kilos. 12 kilograms. It's like a 25-pound
Is it?
baby. I think.
It's amazing. I have a college degree. If you ask me to convert anything metric right now, I don't know the conversion.
I think it's roughly half.
Okay.
Like, so 200 pounds would be like 100 kilos.
Where do the liters fit in? How many liters is he?
Uh-huh. Yeah. He's 6.8 cubed liters.
So a couple gallons.
Yeah. Of course.
And a handful of cups.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds about right.
Well, listen, I'm thrilled. We paid a lot of money to get these naming rights for you to publicly announce.
Yes. Have not announced it anywhere else.
Awesome.
No one else. We've just been holding out, telling family and friends the name.
Staring at our biggest downloads ever with this type of announcement. This is a delight to hear. What else was in the running? Do you care to say now? Was this a wait until he's born situation, or did you guys have this determined long ago?
We kind of had it determined, but we weren't telling anyone for, multiple reasons. But yeah, so Nicholas it's not a family name or anything. It was just a name that we like the sound of.
Oh boy, smiting the family, huh?
Yeah, don't care for it. Burton is a family name.
Oh, okay. I assumed you were a snowboarder.
No. Burton was Annette's grandfather's first name.
Okay.
So
a nice name. Strong name.
Very strong name. I like it. So Nicholas has his great-grandfather's first name as his middle name. Mm-hmm. Evelyn has her great-grandmother's first name as her middle name.
You think they're pretty happy with that, the great-grandmother and great-grandfather?
I think so.
Did you go knock on the old 6-foot mahogany to ask?
Did not.
Maybe they didn't want it passed down. Maybe they were bullied for whatever reason. And instead of you going and knocking on the dirt...
Again, you're asking... I just want to clarify. You're asking if we knocked on the casket of dead relatives to ask for their approval in using their name.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. Dick move, you ask me. Was the name... This isn't a terrible name. I know this is going to sound like I'm joking or making fun. It's actually not a terrible name. Crew. Did you consider maybe...
I did not.
You
No.
didn't?
Mm-mm.
Do you think Annette would have been on to you immediately by saying, isn't that the idiot from your terrible bike racing movie from the 80s?
I was thinking maybe Rad Mongoose McKiernan.
Yeah, maybe like Crew Hoffman. You know, after your biking hero. Guy who just biked down the hill the fastest or something. Is that what he did?
Yep.
You do circles in a PVC pipe or whatever up and down. Spin the tires.
Your understanding of the sport is uncanny.
We'll do some little handlebar jigs. Woo woo woo! 2 points for you.
Was that called a handlebar jig?
Yeah, handlebar jig. That's where when you're in the air, again, off your homemade ramp on the sidewalk, which is what I'm assuming Matt Hoffman did, is when you're in the air, you go, like, quick, jig it left and right until the tire hits the concrete again. And then someone from the street yells, 2 points! How have things been going?
Actually,
we don't
to
need
get to your previous question,
Yes,
you asked if
sorry.
there were other names in the
I'm
running.
sorry, yes.
We had thought Alexander for a while. I like the name Alexander.
Big Hamilton fan?
Huge Hamilton.
It's weird. I didn't see you at the play.
Oh, well, I was there every night.
Wow,
I was the fan that got to walk on stage.
That was you.
It was me. That's still one of my funniest, or one of my favorite moments from the last year on this podcast, when you said that you went to see Hamilton with your wife, and at the end, who was it that was? Somebody was like bringing flowers out on stage or something.
I forget. It was,
and you said, like, "Look, they're letting fans on the stage." Which might be...
Listen, I'm not a cultured man, okay? I'm not a cultured man. So seeing that was a shock. I assumed somebody had stormed the stage. It happens. So Alexander was in the running.
I thought Alexander.
Okay.
Honestly, for a while, it was Duke.
Really?
Really. We both loved how that sounded. And,
is it safe space, really, right?
What's that?
It's a safe space?
Yeah.
God, I'm thrilled you didn't pick that.
The reason that I didn't, the reason that we decided not to, is because for like 2 weeks, we were like, it's Duke. Duke is the name. And then I went into work one day, and we were talking about something, and somebody made a reference to David Duke.
Oh, boy. Yeah,
Who was
problematic.
Yeah.
Former leader of the KKK.
Yeah.
I believe he was a congressman, or it was or is.
And that name quickly became ruined.
I feel like Duke's a better dog name.
I agree.
Yeah.
But man, I really liked it. It was a strong name.
I actually don't mind Burton.
Yeah.
If you had flipped Burton to the front end, if you guys are still willing to change, and
Probably
make
not.
that
I mean,
adjustment.
look,
you send in the certificate and
We
everything?
already did. It was like $10.
What? They're charging you to have a kid now?
Well, yes. First of all, they charge a lot of money.
What?
I know. Greatest country in the world. Can't wait till those bills start rolling in for the next year and a half.
Can't even have unprotected sex without repercussions in this country anymore.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So yeah, everything has been pretty good so far.
Perfect. As Evelyn has moved out. She's headed on her own into the main level of the house.
Yep. She moved downstairs.
I should have said the second part first.
Evelyn
did not go out and get her own studio overlooking the city.
She lives in the shed.
That's right. I'm leaving, Dad. And now she has a studio overlooking downtown.
Yeah. Yeah. She's got a great place.
On her way to work. Yeah. I mean, you still have to drive there a couple times a day to wipe her butt.
Yeah.
But other than that, she's on her own.
Yep. So things are good. Evelyn is warming up to him. It wasn't the immediate love at first sight that we had hoped.
Wasn't right out of a movie.
No, and I mean, she talked a big game and then just did not follow through. She was like, I can't wait to meet baby brother.
Well, yeah.
And then we bring him home, and she's like,
What's that? He's not my height and can play with me right now.
Yeah.
Which is what kids want.
Well, even if he was, she'd be terrified of him.
Sure.
Because she's afraid of everything.
Right.
She's 2.5. So, but yeah, over the last couple of days, she's at the point now where it's like, where's Nicholas? Where's baby brother? And then she'll be going to bed and she'll want to give him a hug and a kiss. And it's adorable. I mean, it's everything you could hope for with having two kids. And it's been good. He's sleeping pretty well. He's eating like a freaking horse.
Good.
And only had one trip to the hospital, but not like we had to go to the lab.
Just a checkup, or
well, we had to get blood work done because like everyone else in this family, he's looking a bit jaundicey. So, but they drew some blood. Everything was fine. And yeah, he's weight's looking good. We're not having the weight issues with him that we had with Evelyn, which is good. And my wife is the complete reason for that, because she has just been bending over backwards to make sure that this kid eats, and she's doing a great job, and everyone's happy. So we got a follow-up appointment in about 2 days to see what his weight is. He should be roughly back up to his birth weight by then.
It's such a weird phenomenon.
Yeah.
That it drops however many percentage points.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because
it's not constant.
Yeah, exactly.
Food
when they're in
was.
the womb, it's just like, they're just being force fed.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't directly implying that Annette just ate a ton when she was pregnant. You were just kind of sidestepping and insinuating.
Sure, yeah. That's exactly.
She ate a ton when she was pregnant.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. And it's a good thing that she quit this podcast.
Years ago.
She hasn't listened in like 2 years.
It's actually amazing. The time she's brought in tea or whatever, coffee a few times, she doesn't even listen then.
No,
it's remarkable
She walks in with her fingers in her ears.
Like a child stomping around. Nah. Yeah. That's Annette whenever she has to endure seconds of this nonsense.
Yeah. Ears plugged.
Well, that is fantastic news.
So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
When are you guys?
Nope.
Okay.
The answer to that question, Steve, is maybe never.
So what you're saying is pretty soon.
Yeah. Pretty soon. Yeah, I don't... we are in discussions to possibly not have another child.
Hey.
We are in discussions to, if we do, it will still be a little ways away as my wife finishes up her master's degree.
By the way, congratulations to your wife. I saw her on the commercial that you posted yesterday.
Can you believe that? I had no idea it was
acting
coming.
Acting debut.
Right. Silent film, which is, well, it's not the way you dream of making it in Hollywood, but, old Chuck E. C. did it way back when.
Look, I've talked about how I don't get moved by movies or motion picture or television
You're not
shows.
A crier.
But I teared up a little bit.
Yeah.
When she walked down that hallway.
Yeah, and it was the gate. It was a nice gate. It looked like a practiced gate.
Yeah. She knows what she's doing.
Nice
Looks
form.
like she's been walking for a while now.
She's walked down that hallway a couple of times. So,
poking her head into that office.
That's right.
Hey, Janet.
Yep. Hey, so and so. You know, you need any medical issues? How are your hemorrhoids?
How's your T cell count?
I don't know. You're the nurse. You tell me.
Yeah, good point.
I'm heading to the next one.
Well, gotta go.
But then she reaches behind and throws a bill in the door.
Right. Yeah.
Again, I didn't watch it.
Paper airplane.
That's right. I didn't watch. Is that what happened?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. As we wait to see, as we wait while she finishes up her school, that will be another year. We will then decide if we want to have another child at that point. It's weird because, and I'm probably overthinking it, Reed will be 4 this October. Mm-hmm. He would then, if we decide to have a kid, right away, and then assuming it actually worked right away, I don't want to minimize anybody or any struggles with
it's not
fertility.
It's not an instant thing by any means.
He would then be 5 with a newborn. Is there that bond or care that you kind of want to see of siblings?
Oh, I bet it would be better than what we're going through right now. But I bet it would be quicker. But you also have to look at it too, because he'll be 5 starting school.
Yeah.
So there's that relief of like, okay, now we don't have 2 little kids needing everything.
Right.
Like right now, Evelyn is still 100% dependent on us for literally everything. If she was 5, she'd be at school for 4 or 5 days a week, or at least half the day, or depending on if it was full-time or part-time. So
I guess I worry that, and it's not fair to then progress so quickly into thinking, well, he'll be 12, and then sibling would be 7. They're not going to care, or 12-year-old's not going to want to hang out with 7, and it's only going to get worse for those next 5 to 8 years. He's not going to want anything to do with new sibling at that point, because the age gap is just too much.
So Reed's what? Reed's 3.5 roughly. I think you got to go and adopt like a 2.5-year-old.
Right. So you got to get
instant
one that's
baby.
Already halfway there.
Instant kid. I got a 2.5-year-old
in a year. Let me come back to you, and then you guys can have another baby.
Another baby, yeah.
And then those 2 will be close.
Yeah, we just keep passing them off.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I worry probably too much about that, but I also don't want to minimize a sibling relationship.
Yeah.
Now, what is the age gap between you and your siblings?
My brother, let's see. My brother's like 3 years older than me.
Okay, so because you're in your early 30s.
Yeah.
So your brother's in his mid 30s.
My brother's 44? Yeah. Because he was born in 78.
Okay.
In January of 78. So he's 44. My sister will be 43 in July.
Okay.
And I just turned 41. So my sister's about roughly 2 years older than me, and then my brother's like 1.5 years older than her.
Okay, so you're at 3.5 to 4 years. Mm-hmm. So it's not that far removed from. I don't know. It's a discussion we have to have. That again, I probably think too much, but I also don't want to be selfish and say, "Well, I want another kid," and no matter what. While in my mind, I think, I kind of want another kid because I love the interactions and watching.
Yeah.
Everything grow
that and Reed, why does he get any input? Come on.
Right. Yeah. He's a dumb kid.
Dumb kid. Just a dumb kid.
Real idiot.
Why should he get any say in anything? Do you let him say, "Oh, I want ice cream for dinner"? Do you let him say that? No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
Who doesn't like ice cream for dinner?
Honestly, it's a great idea when you think about it. Right? Skip the dessert, just have it for dinner. And
I think we're doing this whole thing backwards.
You're honestly saving yourself
kids should
calories.
be world leaders.
Yes, because you're saving yourself calories. Think about it. You're now not eating the dinner.
Yeah.
You're just having the extra calories, but those are becoming the main calories.
Right.
You're cutting weight. You're losing weight by having ice cream.
We'd adjust. We as a race, as a civilization.
Man.
Kids are pretty smart.
They got really good ideas.
You got to go home and ask them, "Hey, do you want a little brother or a little sister?"
Happy Father's Day to
Oh,
you, Steve.
thank you very much. Can't be said enough. Oh, I almost forgot.
Yeah, see.
Happy Father's Day to you,
Oh, my
too.
gosh. Thank you so much. It can't be said enough. I appreciate
Happy Father's
that.
Day to all the fathers out there. Apologies to Robert. We would have wished him a happy Father's Day, but we missed him by just
4.5 minutes. Oh,
about
well,
5
bummer
minutes.
for him. Yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody
Thank
who is that listening. Is that still okay to say, though? And I know there are people who say that's minimizing the issues of people who have issues becoming fathers and mothers. I don't know what's okay and what's not anymore.
It is still on the calendar.
Okay.
So I'll probably still wish people a happy
I
Father's Day.
apologize for wishing everybody a happy Father's
So
Day.
are you going pre-apology?
Yeah, so I want them both.
So you're pre-apologizing for the impending cancelization.
Right. So
of
again,
you.
if you're okay with that, just go back 90 seconds. If you were perturbed, fast forward those 60 seconds and then just listen to what I just said 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Write all those down.
Probably
'cause
should
you'll
have
need
put
those
that. Probably
timestamps.
should have put the timestamps
Yeah,
at the beginning.
we'll put the warning or the trigger warning right at the front of the episode. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
Happy Father's Day.
I am
to
thrilled for you,
everybody.
Steve.
Thank you.
I am
Can't be
very
said.
happy. I'm glad everything is going well. Your family is now presumably complete, and
We are complete.
Steve's on the docket for the old snip in like a week.
That may be true.
Not a bad. Listen, it's not a bad way to do it. If you're done, be done.
Yeah.
I am happy. I'm thrilled for you guys.
Thank you.
And send all your well wishes and your gifts to the P.O. Box address right at the bottom of this episode.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a gift for the new baby Crew Burton
Hoffman.
Dookie.
Yeah. Crew Burton Hoffman Dookie McKiernan.
Dookie, that's right. Again, nickname for poop.
Big thanks to everyone who sent in. Was it
Matt Craig.
Yeah, Matt.
Matt Craig and our friend Betsy McCormick. Betsy Boo herself sent us a bunch of stickers added to the wall. We'll post an updated picture of that sticker wall. Again, use the P.O. Box address in the note to this episode or send us a DM if you have anything you want to add.
At Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and we will talk to you next week. See you.